Hi guys, and welcome back to Ben's Home Video, where today I'm going to talk to you about the 4K transfer of Event Horizon in Bosch. So this comes from Paramount, and they've got a pretty good track record as far as I'm aware. Well, with the films I've watched so far, I'm pretty pleased with what they do. Let's do a quick unboxing. So it's got like a see-through slipcover with some art on that I love. Just to give you a quick idea of what it looks like. And it's the sound deal on the back. And the inside artwork is pretty badass. So this 4K transfer comes from a scan that was done for Shout Factory's 1080p release. I'm going to say last year, could have been 2 years ago now actually. So it's going to have the same, or well, no, it will have the same, sorry, the same color timing as the Shout Factory one, but obviously with the implementation of Dolby Vision. So it's a scan from the original camera negative, as I said, and it's in the ratio of 2:35:1 with Dolby Vision. So finer detail on it, like really good contrast and certain things. It's quite a dark film, and I imagine if you haven't got a good enough setup, that'll be one of your bigger complaints about this 4K, possibly over the Shout Factory Blu-ray, but maybe not so much over the older Blu-ray, which is the one that comes with it. It doesn't come with the Shout Factory one; it comes with the old one. It's so it's quite dark, drab colours, everything like that. So you're not going to go, "Whoa, best Dolby Vision you've ever seen." What are those? But when there's quite a few bright light, shiny moments, when they happen, they are bright, and that is the contrast is brilliant on that. Because as I said, everywhere else is so dark. So when you get those bright lights, oh mama! For the most part, skin tones are all natural, no problemo there. The issue we have is that it's 1997, and CGI was shit then, and they were using CGI to do stuff they couldn't do or didn't want to do because that looks shit. It looks proper 1997. It doesn't age well at all. But and 4K does make that kind of stuff worse. I get that, but yeah, I don't know. I really just hate CGI. It's quite ropey at times when it comes to the CGI, but it is what it is. It's in the film. I don't want them to do revisionist type stuff with it, but my only like problem with the film, not the 4K, the actual film. Yeah, my only gripe is that I don't like the CGI at all. It's lazy. It looks shit. I'm sure it wasn't lazy at the time, but it kind of is because some of the effects they could have done properly. Surely I can't be the first person to notice this. Comes with a Dolby True HD 5.1 surround. Nothing wrong with that. It does sound good. More on that in a minute. What's that fucking say? Dolby Vision, Atmos, Atmos. I don't know Atmos, but I haven't heard anyone mention that before. But let's take a look at a few screen caps, give some comparison. You'll be able to see the finer details on this one and the contrast. But you're thinking, Ben, this looks fine. Oh, shut up, you're wrong. Look at that. Chef's kiss. You'll be able to see the aspect ratio difference on this one more than anything. Like I just mentioned, it's a Dolby True HD 5.1 sound. Fantastic. I do think it actually would have benefited with Atmos, like the disc says. Yeah, it's got enough stuff that would have benefited with the height channels and kind of more expansion on the other speakers. it's pretty good. It's really good sound. There's the dialogue is very clear, but you do have to kind of crank it up a little bit just so you can kind of get to where you think it's a good level. And then you realise actually the kind of surround speakers are quite atmospheric mostly. That's pretty much what it's used for, the score and kind of just a bit of background noise. But what they do is they make you turn the dialogue up or turn the sound up so the dialogue's at a good level. So then when they do the fucking jump scares, it's up here instead of fucking down there, and you fucking piss your pants. Oh god, did I piss my little knickers. But fun. Not a massive fan of jump scares. I'm not in a kind of, oh, they scare me. As in I find them cheap. I want to be scared properly by the film. I don't want to just be go, ugh. But when they're done well, like they are in Event Horizon, they are pretty good. And most of the time, jump scares don't get me. So, it's hard. Fucking hard. Yeah, so that's the sound. You'll be pleased with it. Your neighbours might not be, but you will be. I'd say overall this presentation, it's the best it's gonna look, and I do kind of put an asterisk there because it doesn't look like, oh my god, this is the best 4K you'll ever see. And I think that's because the way it was shot. Apparently, it was shot. I'm going to say panoramic, but that might be the wrong term. So that causes a bit of softness, which does translate into the 4K. Apparently, there's a method. It might even be that method. I don't know. That causes deeper blacks, which is what the director, whose name has just escaped me completely. I'll put a little thing there. Director. Which is what he wants, because obviously it's a dark film and they wanted to portray that because it's a very dark in the sense of lighting and as in subject matter. So I'm going to give the presentation 4 out of 5. Yeah. 4 out of 5. The 2 previous times I've watched this were on streaming, and my tellies were shit as well on top of that. I watched it on 2 different tellies, not tellies as in I don't watch one 2 at the same time. And it was too dark. You couldn't see certain scenes properly, whatever. And I just thought, well, that's just the way it's shot, because I wasn't into this stuff as much back then, so I didn't know. The sound was alright. But now watching it with pretty much how it should look, it's not a whole new film, obviously, but it's a whole new perspective on a film you've seen and you love. And I've really enjoyed it. So, yeah, I rate the 4K, and I'm assuming the Shout Factory Blu-ray, if you've got that, it's probably good enough as well. But the previous Blu-ray is not. So if you're in England, get the 4K. If you're region free in England, get either. Might be cheaper to get the 4K. In America, get either. That's America over there. Yeah, I love this film. It's sci-fi, which is cool. I love sci-fi. It's 90s sci-fi, which I love a lot. And it is quite scary. Scary enough. And yeah, there was one moment, as I was saying about the jump scares earlier, when my wife was eating some pizza, and I think it's a tomato. And the jump scare scared her so much that the tomato came off a pizza and landed onto my plate. Bloody hell. That's what I said. Bloody hell. Yeah, so love the film. I'm going to give the film a 4.5 out of 5 for me. I understand for other people it'll probably be 2, 3, whatever. For me, it's a 4.5 out of 5. Take it to the bank. As always, guys, I will never ask you to like or subscribe to me. And as always, thank you for watching.